Today I'm going to share with you 4 new LED masks that are completely unique to anything else on the market. This is essentially a what's new in LED. The LED mask that is still my favorite is my higher dose mask. I take that mask with me everywhere. I use it every single day. It is the most comfortable fit I have gotten so far, and I find that mask to be just really efficacious. I have taken copious notes on each of these masks so that I make sure to share with you all of the individual specs. And I think that some of these masks might be things that you have seen and might be curious about. So let's start with, we're going to start with TheraFace. This is the TheraFace mask. Now I bought this several months ago. It is a hard-sided mask. And what makes this really interesting is that it has a lot of LEDs in here. I'm going to go through all of the specs here in a second, but let's just talk about it generally at first. It has a ton of LEDs in there, and what I like about it is there is no cutout for your mouth. This mask has crazy coverage when it comes to LEDs. And then it also has vibration, little points in here that vibrate. And when you put it on, it has like pressure points of vibration around your forehead, temple area. And I actually was intrigued by that because I thought maybe it would be good for lymphatic drainage. It would be good for tension headaches. It might be good just for relaxation, that kind of thing. And truly, it is really, really nice for that. It is red and it is infrared. And then it also has blue. It's $599. It does have that vibration therapy, and there are 17 micromotors. So 17 little micromotors that, give off that vibration. It has 648 lights, which it says is 3 times the amount of lights as other LEDs, which that is a lot of LED lights in here for sure. It has the removable eye shield. It is cordless. So as you can see, you charge this up and there is no dangling cord with a remote or anything like that, which is a plus for this mask. It is a USB-C charger, which I absolutely love. I think everything should move to a universal charger, which USB-C charges so many other things at this point that I love that it does that. Each charge lasts about 120 minutes if you're just using the LED, 60 minutes if you're using the vibration. And then it has a 1-year warranty. Here's where I find this mask to kind of be a letdown. It is incredibly heavy. It is so heavy that when I wear it with the included little eye protectors, you can put this in so that you can't see the light at all in your eyes, which I know that that is a thing for a lot of people, and a lot of these masks are using these now. Well, these, and combined with this mask being so heavy, causes me to get kind of like an indentation on this area right here, and I'm telling you, it sticks around for hours. You can get this on TheraFace on their website. When I looked last, it said sold out, probably because of the holiday. Like I said, I bought mine at Best Buy. I think they have it like in store. You can order it online. And so that is the TheraFace mask. The next mask I'm so excited to share with you. This is Dr. Rajani's. He's calling it the Plasma Glow LED mask. Dr. Rajani practices here in Portland where I live. And so I was like, hey, I want to pop over to your office and buy one of these masks. He was so kind and sent me the mask after I said I wanted to come buy it. And he really emphasized that he did not expect that I would show the mask, that I would do any kind of content on it or anything like that. He reiterated that a couple of times, which I thought was just really amazing. If you don't follow Dr. Rajani, which I'm sure you do if you watch this channel, he's just fantastic. And I'm really, really excited for him that he has this LED mask. This is what it looks like. So it kind of has that initial look of, the medical grade silicone, and it has the back where you put it on via the back. Now, this one doesn't have a top strap like I love with my higher dose. This actually has a submental section of LEDs. I'm going to pop some B-roll in here so that you can see from his website, but essentially this bottom piece actually goes underneath your chin so that you are getting red light and near infrared and blue if you need it on the submental jawline, jowl area under here. I've never seen a mask that does that before. That's really super duper innovative and interesting. This one has 234 LEDs. It is 30 milliwatts per centimeter squared. So it's a little bit lower power than my higher dose mask, which is 50. Still great irradiance. You just might have to wear it a little bit longer to get the dose that you want. It is medical grade silicone, and it goes over the lips, under the eyes, and on the forehead. I'm going to put some B-roll up from the website so it shows you. They call this Apex Glow technology, and they're saying that the way that the lights are actually designed distributes more light, and so you get more coverage from each one of the LEDs, which I also thought was really interesting. Now, I have absolutely no way to kind of back up that claim, but looking at the shape of the light, I see the difference between that and traditional lights in traditional masks, and I do think that it is really, really interesting. Now, there are 3 modes. The first mode is red and near infrared. The second mode is all blue, and then the third mode is red, near infrared, and blue. So this mask is really versatile also. You can use it for your fine lines, your wrinkles, your hyperpigmentation. You can use it if you have acne, and then of course you can use the combo of all of them because that's very, very anti-inflammatory when you combine that blue along with the red and near infrared. I typically stay away from blue because it can exacerbate hyperpigmentation. I also caution people who have melasma on near infrared light. That is actually part of the reason why I bought the TheraFace, because it had the ability to just do red light, and I really liked that. And I'm always nervous about the near infrared. It doesn't seem to flare my melasma, but I know it does for a lot of people, so I'm always on the hunt for masks and wearables that offer red alone, and at least the opportunity to get rid of the near infrared if you don't want to have it on. Okay, so this one doesn't have that. There is near infrared along with the red, and anytime you have the red on, it's got the near infrared with it. So it's just something to know. This one also uses that USB-C cable. It has a 1-year warranty, and then it has the removable eye protections. So that is the Plasma Glow from Dr. Rajani, and I just want to say a personal congratulations to him because I think that he knocked it out of the park with this mask. Next one we're going to talk about is going to be the FAQ mask. This one I splurged on, you guys. I bought this actually when I was in London. This mask essentially is probably the lightest weight mask I have ever encountered. I bought mine at Harrods, and I have to tell you, I looked at it the first day and I was very interested in it, and I had to walk away because it was so expensive that I thought about it and I thought about it, and I knew once I got back home I wasn't going to be able to get it because it wasn't being shipped here yet. So I went all the way back over to Harrods and I picked it up, and I tell you, it was a splurge. The reason that I picked this up is its design is incredibly lightweight. Talk about not even feeling it on the face. It is so lightweight. It is run by their app. And what I really liked about this one is that it has multiple colors. I think they say it has 7 colors plus near infrared. But when you use the app with the mask, you can turn the near infrared off. I love that. I think that that alone is one of the specs of this particular mask that makes it stand out like big time. Now, this mask actually has a wavelength that I'm so interested in, and I've been using for quite a long time, but I'm really, really interested in more and more, and that is green LED. Now, green LED is less studied than red and near infrared, and it does have less data behind it because it's less studied. But there's so much anecdotal evidence that green LED can help with pigment and can help with vascularity. So it can help with the reds and it can help with the browns. I personally am a believer that green LED can be really, really helpful for dark circles, for pigmentation problems, for any kind of redness problems. So I'm a big fan. And I love that this has an all green mode that you can use, and you can turn the near infrared off if you feel that it it might flare your melasma, for example. This also has red, it has purple, it has yellow. It has a bunch of the wavelengths that frankly aren't as studied and don't mean as much to me personally. But what I love about this is it has a lot of lights, 600 points of light. That's a lot of lights. Here's something that I think is kind of a downside of this particular mask. It has what they call an open eye design. And I know that that is so that you can just use this mask and do other things because there's no light in your eyes, like you aren't hindered by there being a bright light in your eyes. And that is true. This is probably the easiest mask I've ever had on and able to do other things because you hardly even feel it's on your face. It's so incredibly light. The thing is that you're not treating any of that area at all, which is definitely an area that most of us want to treat with LED. We want the crow's feet, we want this under eye area. The other thing is where they have the on-off switch, so it doesn't have any wires or anything. It is Bluetooth to your phone, and then you manage it with an app. You turn it on, and then you go to the app, and you're able to do the program that you want, turn on and off the near infrared, etc. But because this is right here, that means that there's also no LEDs here, which I kind of feel like that's an area that we want LED also. So that's kind of a downfall to me. So there's some pros and cons. Big con, of course, is the cost. It's very, very expensive. And the other thing that I did notice that I did not love about this mask is that when you go to put this mask on, the side thing will come out. It drove me crazy trying to put it on without having the side thing, pop out. You don't want to undo it completely because you're not going to put it on behind your head. So you're trying to like loosen it up, then put it on, then tighten it up. And as I would do that over and over, the side would pop out and I'd have to start over. Again, that's probably something that with time you would just get to be really good at it and it wouldn't matter. But it's a little bit of a funky design, and I do wish that they just had Velcro like everyone else so that you could just quickly put it on and it wouldn't have that little thing that would pop out and frustrate, if that makes sense. So that is the FAQ mask. Now, the FAQ, just so you know, it also uses USB charging, not USB-C charging. It has a dedicated cord that is the same for all of the Freo stuff because FAQ is actually a sister brand to Freo, or it is their elevated brand, but same company. It's Freo. And all of my Freo devices have a cord that has just a little like pinpoint charger, and that is what this one uses. That is a downside to me because if you can't find that specific cord, you can't charge your device. I wish everybody would just go to USB-C so that we just had the same charging cord so you're not searching for a specific cord. So that one does have a special cord that goes to that mask that you have to keep on hand or else you don't have the charger. It has a 2-year warranty, which I love. A lot of these masks have a 1-year warranty, so 2 years is obviously better. And you get 2 hours of use on one charge. So that is the FAQ mask. Definitely different and interesting and just worth being on your radar. The last mask we're going to talk about is the CurrentBody. This is called their Zone Mask. Now this one was sent to me and this is super duper interesting. When it was originally sent to me, you couldn't buy it in the United States. Now, when I went onto CurrentBody's website, it says it's available to be shipped to the United States, so I decided to include it. Now, this one from CurrentBody is really interesting because it has zones in it. It looks like a lot of these other masks. Actually, I really think that this is pretty. I know that that doesn't matter that much, but I find that to just be a really pretty design. I love those colors. And then it does have the Velcro strap in the back. This one has a pretty heavy, this is heavy. Heavier than normal, which is kind of interesting, and that might be something that they modify in the future because it's pretty heavy. So like if you're sticking it in your pocket of your pajamas or something like that, it's gonna is going to weigh them down a little bit because it is big, it's robust, and it's a little bit heavy. Now, the deal with this mask is that it actually has several different treatment modes and it does different lights. So basically, the first program is called Complete. That one does red and near infrared on your forehead, on your jaw. It does green around your eyes, green and near infrared, and then it does yellow like on your cheek. So it has this zone of kind of a targeted treatment with the different color lights depending on what concerns go on in those areas. For example, the green and the near infrared, great for that vascularity, for those dark circles, you know, for that kind of thing around the eyes to brighten that area. It's just the same thing what we were just talking about. I just think that green light is so incredibly interesting. Okay, but then it has these other modes where it has, for example, the restoring mode. That one is near infrared and it is yellow light. It has the brightening mode, which is green and near infrared combined. It has the anti-aging mode, which is red, deep red, near infrared. So it has these different modes, and then it has that kind of mapping that you can do. You can choose that complete. Now, this one has 360 LEDs, and each bulb, they say, contains 4 to 5 chips. So it doesn't have 360 lights. It has the ability to do 360 LEDs, which is kind of an interesting, you know, it's interesting to know, because if you looked at it, you'd be like, there's not 360 LED bulbs there. But each of those bulbs has the ability to do 4 to 5 different light combinations. Okay, so the irradiance is between 28 if you're looking at yellow and 50.4 if you're looking at red. So it's got a good irradiance, and it has the 3 hours of use on one charge. Now this one is 449 pounds. So for those of us in the United States, there's a conversion there. So you're definitely looking at somewhere probably close to $600 or so. This is available, of course, on the CurrentBody website. And usually I do have a discount code there that is like 10 or 15% off. I'll include that down below if you're interested in checking this out on their site. I do think that this is incredibly interesting because it uses all those different wavelengths. First of all, I love the inclusion of green. I'm really, really into green right now. I think that it is, I wish it was studied just a little bit more. There are some really interesting studies out on green light and seasonal affect disorder, green light and migraine treatments. So some really, in depression, some really interesting, you know, things that are not in my scope at all, but I find fascinating. And I do believe that green does help with hyperpigmentation and with vascularity. There just needs to be more actual scientific studies, but anecdotally, 100% I believe in green light. And I love that more of these masks are including it. It's just really super cool to me. So anyway, this one is just a really interesting option, and I wanted you to know about it. The other thing is it does have lights all around the mouth, which I find to be really great. It has plenty of lights in the forehead area and on the nose. So it covers all of the areas that I feel like are really important to cover when you're trying to get in some good treatments with LED. LED is my favorite modality. I believe in it 100%. It is studied, it works, it is just, it's exciting the direction that we are going with LED. So yeah, I'm forever going to be kind of on the hunt and looking out for you. Again though, if you picked up the higher dose on my recommendation, it's a fabulous mask. You don't need a different mask. It is a wonderful mask that works well, and it is still my go-to every single day. All right, you guys, I hope you have a really wonderful day, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.